Okay, now recording is started. So yesterday we learned about this event, which is a timer event. Okay. And also demonstrated one single small example, right?
Yes. You demonstrated, but the output we did not see, right? But you
In
not
web
initiated any output, right?
in webbook we saw na output. You can see the recording.
Okay. In the webbook,
Yeah. It was automatically coming, na?
okay.
That is the only output.
Mm.
Okay.
What is a data store? Yesterday we discussed something related to data store.
Right. Actually, the data store is in this step, very last step. But let me tell you, the data, purpose of data store is to uh, save the data for some time in SAP CPI if it needs to be reprocessed. For example, in this iFlow, which is one iFlow, okay, you can share some data like a response and later use this response in another iFlow. Got it?
Okay.
Clear?
It is a kind of dynamic variable kind of thing.
Like, for example, if this is the iFlow wherein you are sending some data to one API and getting the response back, then you're storing this response with the help of data store operations, and in another iFlow you can call it if needed. Okay. Okay. So Anurup,
Mm.
it's very important that you practice the things, okay, till timer,
Okay.
because just seeing it's very easy to see that, but practice is the thing which can give you real experience that how where you are going to stuck, and the stuff like this. So you practice it very, it's very important, because from now we will be entering into some complex topics. So it's very important that you practice now. Okay, clear?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So, okay, now let's start. I have thought about the sequence, how are we going to go is. So let me just share about this kinds of events. So timer, it's a automated working trigger which can, you know, make the iFlow work based on the conditions which we give, right?
Yeah.
You explore this on your own. You start working on it on this. You start working with this on today. I will be
Okay.
giving you a homework in which you will be able to use this three, one event, you know, something like this. Clear?
Jump on it.
Okay, now let's go to the new one. So timer is there. Now what is the start message? Start message is nothing but this standard default uh, uh, standard default palette option here. Let me
Okay.
show you what comes into this. Okay, now it's clicking. So if you see inside that, you will find no settings. You'll just find a name called start. There are no settings. Okay.
Yeah.
So what does it mean? Is it having some is it does it have some meaning or no? So basically, it's very important to understand the start message trigger, or the event which is called start message, has one very good use case. Okay, first of all, to remember the things about this is the by default event which is inside the integration process. Okay,
Okay.
since this is our main integration process, start message means the iFlow is going to start. The interface which we have developed will start right after this event option, which is a start message. Got it?
Mm, I got it.
Remember carefully.
Mm,
After that, whatever things happen into the integration process, and with the help of end message also will show you what is inside that. It's nothing. It's just a name. But still,
mm,
whatever comes here, it is sent back to the sender, making it as a synchronous process overall. Got it?
yeah.
Here,
Yeah, clear.
for example, if you connect sender here, and sender is with the HTTPS, and you are sending XML, then you are doing XML to JSON here. Okay, and the same JSON message is going here, which is converted.
Mm,
Now, once the message comes here, whatever is the response, it sends back. Whatever is the last message it got, it sends back to the sender, making it a synchronous process. Got it?
yeah, got it. So
Okay.
if there is no request reply also, the endpoint sends the request back to the sender
So
output.
there is no need, then you connect this again like a receiver, also the same system, just to
Mm,
send the response. Because using this, it automatically sends back to the sender. Got it?
okay.
So sender gets to know the exact status of the things which happened.
Mm, okay.
Okay. Now timer, start message, Since there is start message, there is end message, which is the same. Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Here are so many mosquitoes biting me. Okay, now timer, start message, and end message, Now, what is error start event and error end event? As you know, let me take this. Now, let me take exception sub process. It's a very important part in any integration which we build. In the error sub process, if we click exception sub process, if we click on error start event, what is here? Error start event as a event or a palette option. Here, it's also nothing, just a name. So when does this trigger? Whenever you are using any exception process, automatic any standard palette option of exceptions process, you have to use error start event. Okay.
Okay.
Now tell me then why this person has not used error end events, and error, why he has used the same end message here. What will happen now? For example, by any chance, if this exceptions of process is triggered, the messages came here, your error has been logged here, for example. Okay.
Mm, mm.
If data will come here, what will happen now? This is end message. And what is the characteristics of end message? What is the behavior of end message?
Sends the output to the sender.
Exactly. It sends back the data. That is why we are always getting whatever is in the exception, we are getting this as a response in sender's system. Got it?
Mm,
Is it clear?
yeah, clear.
Now then, what is the use of error end event? Let me take the error end event here. Actually, this must be here by default, and still it's going to work. Anurup, okay? In error end event also there is nothing. But in this case, what will happen? It's a little tricky. For example, start is here. Okay. Sender send you some data. The message is here. Clear?
Yeah.
By any chance, it fails and goes into the exception subprocess block. Okay.
Okay.
Now this started triggering error start. After that, what will happen? The message will go here. Whatever error logic you have, it will go inside that, and it will go to error end message. Now it's not like end message which can throw back the error to the sender, but it's error end event. Okay.
Okay.
Now what will happen? The message will come here and it will stop here. Okay. It will not directly throw back to the sender, but in this case, what will happen is this will give the message back to the main process here. After the processing, it will go here, and the same message will come to the end message. Eventually, sender is going to happen. The sender notification is going to happen. Okay, so technically, you should use this in exceptions process. That is also good. It doesn't have any specific characteristics or a specific functioning, so it's not very hard for you to choose anything. You can use anything with this. It's not a problem. In events, basically, the timer is this very important thing. Very important thing is the timer.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
As a homework, what you have to do is you have to make an exception subprocess iFlow based working. In that, use error end one and end message. Both of the behavior
Okay.
is going to same.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that.
Actually, your completely voice break. I don't know why. Can
Uh,
you repeat again? Hello. 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 Are you able to hear me?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yes, yes, yes. Now able to hear you.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. I can hear you now.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Okay. You're audible to me now.
Yes, yes. You are telling something homework related thing, but I lost your voice.
Okay, okay, okay. I will repeat again. So as a homework, what you have to do is you have to try this iFlow. Okay, in which there must be an exception sub process. Okay, so exception sub process starts with this error start, but ends with end message only. So use that one case and use this one also, and you will see what is the output. Output is the same only. Okay,
Okay.
but just try it
So,
on your own.
so this exceptions process should start with error start one and error end.
No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. Error start one, it always starts, but ends by default with error. Sorry, and this one end message only. But you try both of the things. You'll understand.
Okay.
Trying is important. You have to try it on your own. Okay,
Yeah.
and show me. Once you try, you show me. And what I was saying is, in the events, timer is the most important palette options which we use because it only has the lot of configurations. If you could have seen. The rest,
Ah.
everyone is name. Nothing inside. There is no, what do we say? There is no configuration inside any of these events. Okay.
Mm. Okay.
And personally, since I'm into this from more than 5 years, I haven't used escalation end event. I haven't used the anything like terminate message. Timer is the only thing which I have used. Okay.
Mm.
So there are still a higher chances that you will not get a need to use this kind of stuff. So I don't know why it's there, why they have given it. Everything that what we use is end message and start message only. Okay.
Okay.
Error start and error end, you know, it's used in exception sub process. End message and start message is used in main integration process. Okay.
Yeah.
Now if you take local integration process, what is this? There is start event. You see, start event, end event. Okay.
Mm.
Now again, what are the configurations inside that? So it's nothing. It's just for the sake of representation, give a function has been started. Got it?
Yeah.
So now we practiced about 6 events. So timer is very important that you know it's the setting that how do we start the iFlow. It has so many configurations. Start message and end message. These are the events which directly comes with the main integration process. Like this. And one more part in that was whatever data we get in a before end message that is sent back to the sender as a response. Is it clear?
Yeah. Clear.
Error start event and error end event is into the exception sub process. Does it have any characteristics? So no, it doesn't have. It just have a field that we can change the name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the local integration process, there is just start event and end event. Similar like start message and end message. No different thing than that. So end event, start event and end event is into local integration process. Whereas start message and end message into main integration process. Error start event, error end event is into exception sub process. Clear?
Yeah. Clear.
Now just the things left which are escalation end event and terminate message. Terminate
Mm.
message is very good one. Let me tell you. Once if we have to make something asynchronous, so you'll use terminate message here. Now what is the use of this? Tell me, Anurup. Can you predict something?
You don't get the reply back to the sender.
Exactly. So whatever we send and whatever is the last message here, it won't be sent back to the sender as a response. Okay, clear?
Yeah, clear.
Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Now, what is escalation end event? Escalation is also something called exception, that something has failed and we have to escalate it, right?
Hmm.
It only works in the exception sub process. Now let's see what is exception sub process. Second, even. So in CPI, that exception sub process is what it catches and processes the error thrown during the execution of your main integration flow.
Hmm.
And there are three events which are specific to exception sub process, which is error end message, and escalation end. So what is escalation end? You know what is error end message, but what is exception escalation end? So escalation ends is what terminates the exception sub process and marks the message status as escalated in CPI message MPL. Also, it forwards the error reason back to the source system, just like the error message or the end message. You know what end message does? It sends back the whatever last message is to the source system, right?
Hmm.
So in
So here
escalation, what
the escalation also doing the same thing. And what is the
exactly doing the same thing. But one more thing additional is whenever we deploy and go into monitoring and see the iFlow, either the status is started or error. Got it?
okay?
But in this case, the error will be escalated. That's all.
Escalated to the sender.
No, no, no. In the CPI.
Mhm. Okay.
Now let me see the real use case of this because to be honest, I haven't used it ever.
And so this weekdays I'm not getting enough time to practice, but I usually wanted to practice more. So we can do more practice on Sundays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Okay, no problem.
So whatever the things which I have learned, you frame some of the examples, like you frame real time examples, some kind of thing. You give me that
Mm-hmm.
example, and I can make. I want to use all this. All I understand is that whatever the palette functions are there, if you explode, na, so then you
Mm-hmm.
can make an interesting iFlow, I think.
Exactly. Now, once you by heart know everything, you just have to arrange the things in sequence. Then your
Yeah.
iFlow will be ready always. But the thing is, you must know each
You
and
have you
every.
have to know the functionality, so then you can apply
Exactly.
something.
Right.
So
Right.
for
Right.
that, you need to practice more and more.
That is what I'm saying. That is why I
But
always
I'm not
insist
getting
you.
time because I work for afternoon shift. So morning,
I know that this is the very important reason. That is why I took a very commitment from you. You need to practice.
yes, yes. That's why I will practice at least 1 hour a day. But I need more practice. So that's why I
Obviously,
want to
obviously.
dedicate my
You know,
Saturdays.
one thing I remember, Anurup, there was no one to teach me SAP CPI like I'm teaching to you. Okay.
Mm. Yeah.
When I joined that organization, we were only two people. The person with me who was learning, she was having 3 years of ABAP and PIPO experience. But
Mm.
CPI was absolutely a new thing that time. So
Mhm.
I remember that we started both from scratch. But the fact is, she was already senior by 3 years into PIPO.
Mm.
Okay, and it was before COVID time. I remember. So we explored the things on our own. There were not YouTube videos as well at that moment. So I was doing random things, trying and error, trying and error. And I still remember when I used to get something, I used to practice one thing 40 times, minimum 40 times. The thing which you're not even able to do right now, 1 hour, one time, I was doing one scenario 40 times. I still remember
Okay.
that.
Yes, yes.
Just saying, okay?
Mm.
Okay, anyways, so the real life example of this, which thing? Exception end, escalation end, which we were saying. If an automobile manufacturer is using CPI to automate inventory replenishment, when the stock falls below a specific limit, an automated purchase order message is sent by ADA to primary supplier. You see, this is a very beautiful real life scenario. An automobile mobile uses CPI. So if their inventory falls for specific item less than 100, for example, 100 is the specific limit. So it raises an automatic purchase order in SAP to their
Okay.
external
Uh-huh.
supplies. So this is the integration which we have to create.
Mm.
Now,
Got it.
during the peak productions, the supplier server crashes. Since we will be using supplier's API to push the orders, purchase orders. So we are not the only one when customer to that supplier. There might be hundreds or thousands of people, and by any chance their API returns 503 unavailable or 401 unauthorized due to heavy load. Anything might
Mm.
happen, na?
Mm.
So in this case, our data will not go to their system. Clear?
Okay.
So in this case, the exception sub process will run. And if we use escalation and event in that, what does it mean? It means the status in SAP CPI monitoring is changed to escalated instead of failed or success. So it becomes very easy for you to reprocess these things later on,
Mm.
which are failed.
Okay.
For example, since you are having your own integration, you are a SAP system. Now you have thousands of items which you have to give it to your supplier. Thousands of items. Just for the sake of example, understand. While pushing this 1,000 request, you are only able to pass 950, and the 50 randomly in between that are failed due to some reason.
Mm.
It becomes a lot of headache later on na, to find which exactly 50 failed out of the 1,000, right?
Okay.
You think this way in a negative way. Sending is easy. You build an integration and sending is easy. But what if the supplier's API is down due to heavy load? And
Mm.
any 50 data documents between the 1,000 are failed. So it will automatically, if you have used exception sub process, then it will automatically use go to exception sub process. But even in that, if you use the event as escalation end event, the message set to that specific documents will be escalated as a status and not failed or success. So whatever is escalated with the help of JMS retry mechanism, you can retrigger those things. Got it?
Got it. So this
Really?
escalated. Suppose some requests are there. Of 1,000 requests, only 5 requests are failed. Those are
Hmm.
escalated.
Any random
So
5 requests in between that,
yes,
not in
yes. Any
sequence.
random, yeah, not in sequence, either in sequence or
Or not in
randomly.
sequence.
Okay. So is this escalation process going to store these failed processes?
No, it is not going to store. It will just be here in the monitoring for some moment, for that moment. Then you have
So
to
we
create
can
another iFlow, Anurup,
create
wherein you
another iFlow or execute the iFlow.
no. How are you going to execute? Here I don't need any person to re-execute the again and again. I must know, I must develop something which can retrace automatically after 1 hour when the service is back.
Okay.
In that case,
Oh,
you'll use a data store wherein you'll store the payloads of whatever is escalated, which you have to
okay.
retry later on.
Uh-huh.
So with
Yeah,
the help
that's
of
what I
data
was
store, you will
asking.
be storing that values.
Hmm.
And later on, JMS as an adapter is there. You can retry it after 1 hour. The only messages which are escalated or failed. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope it's clear to you.
Yeah, it's clear. If we can work on any real-time example, then it would be
Every
very good.
other is and events is done now. Everything I want you to practice. Everything. This is so important. Again, telling this is only important thing. Timer. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is this? This is a connector and it has nothing to explain. You know that. See, take this, connect here from here. That's all. It is the list of adapters which are there.
Here I got one doubt. As there are many adapters, and we'll be receiving data from either SAP systems or non-SAP systems.
Right.
So whether it is SAP system, we doesn't have any kind of SAP systems to get the data, right? So how can I learn what kind of data is coming and what are the integrations or what are the modifications that I need to do and send it to the receiver?
So
So in
basically,
that,
you're asking. Let me correct if I'm wrong. Just let me know. So if you are asking, how do I know that which adapter I have to use? Is it your question or is it different something?
not that. So as I'm having a system, SAP
Hmm.
system, suppose
Hmm.
I'm getting data from the ECC system or CRM system like that.
Okay.
So what? Um, so how do I need to work when I was working? So when I'm getting a data from the SAP system or non-SAP system.
Okay.
So I was asking in a real time the system connectivity.
Hmm.
You got my point. Do I need to?
So now again, it's very confusing for me that you sent, for example, you're using SAP ECC for sending data to the CPI.
Yeah,
This what is what clear to me that you wanted to send data from ECC to CPI. But what is the exact question?
yeah. This is the question.
So again, you
So I
know
would
that.
like to know how real time works. Real time with the systems like ECC or
Yeah, actually,
SAP
we are going
systems.
to we are going to do that also. But again, let me tell you, we'll come back to the fundamentals again. You know that what I told already. ECC is on-prem system or it's a locally stored thing, right?
Yeah.
You know that.
Yes. Yes.
For example, let's talk of example of it's S4 HANA. It's a S4 HANA which is deployed on a cloud, and this is your CPI. Now this is your ERP system. ECC will talk. Now this is your ERP system. Clear? You wanted to send this data to here. Now tell me what are the options you have. You tell me now. You already know the answer because the whole
I
API
need
fundamentals lesson was happened on this.
I need this CPI endpoint.
Exactly. But what could be the protocol of talking both system?
HTTP or
HTTP,
OData.
that means it will be having a conversation with wait 1 second. So that means the connectivity will be possible only through APIs, na?
Yeah.
So in case when both systems are on cloud, CPI already is on cloud, and as for HANA is also on cloud. So what you will do? You will give some endpoint or take their standard API and communicate vice versa, however you want. Pull,
Okay.
push, it's up to you. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
standard SAP APIs, you always get it on here. SAP API.sap.com, like this. As yesterday's example, as I show you, how do I pull the data from Northwind as a bank statement, and send it to the webhook, right?
You are having this API with the CPI.
Exactly. So in actual case, what I will do is I will take this thing. I will go to api.sap.com, select my product SAP S4 HANA Cloud. We'll go to APIs and we'll see there are hundreds and thousands of standard APIs which SAP has offered. Okay, like accounting document, I will use this service. I will use this API which SAP has already given us. Okay, so this is the case when there is SAP S4 on a public cloud which is deployed on some cloud. Okay, but now in the case of ECC, I guess I already told you this again. In case of ECC, ECC is here and it's not on cloud, it's locally. Local environment, right?
Mm.
So what I told you, you remember? You remember this thing?
Cloud connect.
Got it?
Yes, yes.
Don't forget, huh? Very easily.
Mm.
So
Mm.
ABAPer will, or the basis person will, what they do will, what they will do is they'll create a RFC here. Okay, in SM59. Do you know that?
Yes, yes.
They'll create a RFC. Parallelly, they will set up something called cloud connector, which I already shared with you. And here in BTP side, they will go to here and create a destination. Let me show you. So you are not confused. They'll go here, go to your sub account, go to destinations, and we'll create a secure destination connection. It's that is simple. It's that simple. And once that has happened, same data, the data will flow as it is, as we discussed easier in the case of cloud. Got it?
Yeah, got it, got it.
This is the only additional step here. Let it take time to load. So I hope I was able to answer your question.
Mm, yes, yes, got it.
Okay. Now see, what you'll do, you'll create a connection here. Connection to the cloud connector. Every details of the cloud connector you'll put here. You'll test the connection. If the connection is successful, ABAPer will do the same things in what he was doing in the case of cloud to cloud integration. So here he will here what he will do is he'll execute some report that could be the trigger for our iFlow to run, right? There could be buttons which you could do, but the important step here is what? This cloud connector setup. Whereas in this case, it's not needed. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is this connectors? Connector is the palette option which can help you connect one pointer to the another pointer. It has no other things to do. So I don't think I can explain more on this. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Now after connectors, there is one more palette option called delete. So what is this again? Select something and delete. That's all. Like I select this. For example, I'm selecting this and click on delete. Okay, got it? What is delete?
Yeah.
Now, it's a very important thing. Do you have a capacity to understand these complex parts right now, or you wanted to put it for tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll do it for tomorrow.
Okay, because it's you need to be very fresh for these things, huh? It's super important.
Okay, we'll do it tomorrow.
Okay, let me clarify one thing here from the mapping. Mapping, you know that what does it mapping means? To map the fields of a source and a target. Basic liner explainer is what? To map the fields coming from sender with the receiver, right?
Yes.
That is why we use mapping, because here also in the case of examples what we were discussing before, like here, so the stdid is the sender's field which you have to map to uid, right? This thing is
Mm,
done in message mapping, as you know that, right?
yeah.
Here you'll find four types of mapping actually. It's X, XSLT mapping, message mapping, graphical mapping. Okay, these are the three. So you'll say what is ID mapping and what is operation mapping. ID mapping, message mapping, and XSLT mapping we are going to do, but not operation mapping, because operation mapping is some part of SAP PIPO. So when you are migrating PIPO interfaces in CPI, and if you might have created operation mappings there, you just have to upload this file here. So it's nothing to do with the current scope of our learning. Got it? Because anyway it's going to ask you the further PIPO file. You see,
Yeah.
we'll skip this because it's you can't do it anything with this now, because again it's asking for the resource which you have used in PIPO, which we don't have.
Okay.
So we'll learn about ID mapping, message mapping, XSLT mapping, graphical mapping. So these are the four things which we are going to learn tomorrow. Hopefully one will be done only. I don't think tomorrow all the four will be covered. Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
Now I figure out some time, find out some time for yourself. Create a package. Create each and every iFlow for single thing which you have learned. Single things which you have learned. Okay.
Okay.
Then we can move ahead. Do it before tomorrow. Whatever is possible, do it after your work.
Okay.
Okay. I want you to try each and every palette option from this events. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. So any questions if you have, you can ask me.
No questions as of now.
No questions, no?
And how about this CPI subscription?
Hmm. Now I guess if I'm going to log out, since it's already showing -1, I don't think if this will be the progress again. This service will delete, I guess. Okay. I've written here that you will be practicing.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay.
Mm.
I have updated the tracker as well. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So what are the things that I need to practice? You put a column that one.
Yeah, you can put it. I have already shared you that. You can put the column if you want and write anything if you need. Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
We'll connect tomorrow then.
Yeah, sure.
Try to open your account on your own today, if it's
Yeah.
possible. Okay then.
Okay,
We'll
see
leave.
you.
Thank you.